Right guys, what we're doing today is a MultiVersus tier list in 1v1. So this is going to include every single character with the release of Morty. These are my personal opinions, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get into it. We're just going to go from left to right. So starting off with Arya Stark, I reckon she's probably a character in terms of 1v1 because she's got pretty good tools, but the only thing stopping her from being S tier is how light she is and how quickly she dies. She has some pretty good combo potential. Another thing stopping her is how hard it is to get damage onto other characters. Sometimes it can be pretty difficult, but once you get the combos going, it can be pretty effective. With Batman in 1v1s, I'm tempted to put him at S tier just because of the Batarang and how they just spam that all the time. And it's like very, very oppressive. But I'm going to put him in A tier above Arya Stark. Just because his Batarang and his grappling hook, it just means that you have no space. And if you're playing a character like Velma or Lebron or someone that needs like a little bit more space and a little bit more slow, you're just pretty much going to lose against Batman. With Bugs Bunny, he's instant S tier in 1s and 2s. He's got the best combos in the game and he's got the best abilities in the game. Just moving right on, I don't want to talk about Bugs anymore. Finn, I'm actually going to put, he was S tier, but I'm going to put him at the top of A, just because how strong his moves are. With the recent patch, you can actually stop Finn, and you can punish him, which helps quite a bit. Harley is another character, which I'm going to put in A, probably about there. I have a lot of struggle playing Harley sometimes, and they can be very hard to hit, and then once they get the combos going, like, it can be very difficult. She's a very straightforward character, but very strong at the same time. Jake, I'm going to put in S tier because he's just like ridiculous. He's such a safe character to play. He's so easy. His moves are ridiculous, like his long stretch arm to the side, and then when he's a house and like all those different moves is just like stupid. Like there's not much punish potential and when you're versing a Jake. But then again, I do beat him quite a few times, but he is just one of the stronger characters. I'm going to put Garnet in C tier just because she's so easy to counter. She feels very clunky a lot of the time, and you know, her moveset isn't the greatest. Her specials are pretty average as well, and there's just not much to the character. I'm going to put Raindog also in C tier, but below Garnet, just because how slow he is, and his combo potential is there, and there are quite a few good Raindog players, but in terms of 1v1, he isn't at his strongest. If it was 2v2, he'll be up near like probably A tier, because he's very strong in that. Shaggy, I'm actually going to put in S tier just because, like, kind of like Jake, or he could probably be A tier, but I'm just going to put him S tier. Kind of like Jake, he's so simple to play and his moves are so, like, unpunishable a lot of the time. You can play better than a Shaggy and still lose, like, probably 7 times out of 10. It just depends how the other Shaggy player plays. But yeah, he is a very safe character. Superman, I'm going to put in B tier. Just because he does have a few strong moves and move potential. Like he can fly and catch the characters in the end and then just throw them to the fucking abyss. But apart from that, it's very obvious what he's doing a lot of the time, and his moves aren't the strongest. And yeah, I think he just deserves B tier because I don't really have much problem beating Superman. Steven, I'm going to put in B tier as well because he's got his shields that he can spawn and he's got some pretty strong moves, and in 1v1 you can really have some success with Steven. Even in 2, Steven is pretty good. Like he's just a very solid character all around, and he's got some good abilities. Unlike this next character, Taz, he's just going straight in D tier. I haven't even versed a Taz in so long, and I haven't played him in so long either. He's just not good. The nerfs to him was just ridiculous. Now he's in the fucking dirt. Iron Giant, I'm going to put in C tier just because he's not as good as people think, and he's actually getting nerfed into the ground, even though he's like not that great. In 1v1s, he is pretty good, probably a little bit better than he is in 2v2s, but he just soaks up so much damage, and you can just like kill him pretty quickly if you get like the right moves and you play it smart. Tom and Jerry, I'm going to put in S tier just because in 1v1s he is so annoying to deal with. There's so many projectiles going on. He's got the down spike, which is incredibly insane. Very strong, a lot of velocity to it. And yeah, he's just like a really solid character. The skill ceiling is insane, and when you verse a really good Tom and Jerry, you're probably going to lose like 99 times out of 100. Velma's hard because she is my main, and you know, I'm a bit biased towards that, but she definitely doesn't deserve S tier because in 1v1 she's not that great, and she struggles a lot against all of these characters, but she does beat these characters, so I'll probably put her at the top of B just because she does have some strong moves, but in terms of 1v1, you need like the really quick characters, and Velma just isn't quick enough for 1v1s. Wonder Woman is actually really strong. I think people underappreciate Wonder Woman quite a lot, and for all you Wonder Woman mains out there, I see. She's definitely better than Arya Stark, because she honestly doesn't die to a very, very high percentage. But I don't think she's as good as Harley, so I'd probably put her like near the bottom of A there. But yeah, she's definitely better than Arya Stark, and she has a lot of good and different kill potentials. Lebron I'll probably put just below Garnet, just because his moves aren't that strong, but I have seen a few really, really good Bron players, so if you get the combos right, you can definitely do very well with Bron. But a lot of the time, like when he throws his ball, if you're like doing the jump shot or whatever, it can be very, very hard to hit, so it's hard to punish. But I understand why that is, because otherwise it'll be really, really difficult to play against Bron. But I think just below Garnet is a safe place to put him. I think C tier is definitely a good place to put him, just because he probably needs a few buffs, but his moves are decently strong and he's a decent character. Where does Morty go? Where should I put Morty? This is hard because he's only been out for like a day. But at the moment, I would actually put him just below Velma. His rocket ship that he can, or his like spaceship that he can spawn in, is actually really, really effective if you're about to get down spiked, and that pretty much just negates you dying. Also, his teleporting ability is actually pretty insane as well. It can save you from death a lot of times, and it can also just get you away from the enemy if they're trying to up spike you or whatever is going on. It can also be an offensive type of use, where you can just teleport on top of them and just like down spike them. Had some success with that in the past. In the past, I mean the past fucking day. Yeah, Morty is pretty good. Like, there's a lot of potential in Morty, I see. He does have some strong moves as well with his side air and his side normal attack, but I couldn't put him anywhere above the characters above him, just because they're more solid and reliable. Morty takes quite a lot of skill and decent amount of management as well, but yeah, no, he's definitely a good character. I wouldn't put him any lower than this. In 2s, I've also had some success with Morty as well. 1s is pretty hard, but yeah, Morty's a good character. I think Morty could body any of the characters below him. The only thing maybe stopping him is his lightweight, but even then, like with Tasmanian trigonometry, you can pretty much control that like pretty well. But yeah, no, that's my list. If you disagree, let me know. Obviously, Rick Sanchez isn't out yet, but I think this is like a pretty decent list. Like Bugs Bunny, all these characters are definitely S tier. You could probably switch around some of these A and B tiers. C tier is pretty obvious, and D tier is pretty much solely just for Taz, because he is just in the dirt right now. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you disagree or agree with my list.